The Quraysh, powerful and proud, control its wealth and traditions. Into this world, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him, brings a message: worship one God, Allah. Known as Al-Amin, the trustworthy, his character is beyond reproach. Islam's message spreads quietly at first, embraced by Khadijah, Ali, Abu Bakr, and Zayd. Their faith brings them peace, but also makes them stand out. Public prayers challenge the city's polytheistic norms. Islam calls for justice, equality, and compassion, threatening the Quraysh's power and the city's idol-based economy. The Quraysh respond with mockery, then hostility. Tension fills the air. Persecution follows. Early Muslims are taunted, beaten, and humiliated. The weakest, especially slaves, suffer most. Bilal is tortured under the sun, a rock on his chest. Sumayyah becomes Islam's first martyr. Yet the believers remain steadfast. Their resilience frustrates the Quraysh, who see their authority slipping. The leaders realize that simple intimidation won't work. The message of Islam is spreading, and their old ways are under threat. The Quraysh begin to plot something more severe. The city stands on the brink of a deeper conflict. The early Muslim community, though small, is unbreakable. Their faith is their shield. The Quraysh prepare a drastic new plan. The Quraysh's efforts to stop Islam have failed. Protected by his clan, the Prophet cannot be harmed directly. Frustrated, the Quraysh devise a new strategy: isolate the Prophet by targeting his entire support system. They draft a pact, an absolute social and economic boycott of Banu Hashim and Banu al-Muttalib. No marriage, no trade, no contact, total exclusion. The goal: starve them into surrender. The pact is written and hung in the Kaaba, given a false sense of sacredness. This act punishes Muslims and non-Muslims alike, men, women, children, elderly. The boycott is a declaration of war on kinship and compassion. The Quraysh are willing to break their own traditions to crush Islam. The siege is set to begin. The city's unity is now built on cruelty. The early Muslims and their allies brace for the darkest chapter yet. The boycott will test every bond and belief. The valley awaits. Forced from their homes, Banu Hashim and Banu al-Muttalib take refuge in the barren valley of Abu Talib. For 3 years, about 100 people endure total isolation. Guards block all supplies. Hunger becomes their daily reality. Food runs out. They eat leaves, chew leather, and listen to the cries of starving children. The Prophet, peace be upon him, ties stones to his stomach to ease his hunger. The valley offers no shelter from heat or cold. Illness spreads unchecked. The boycott is relentless, designed to break their spirit. Yet, the community grows closer, united by faith and hardship. The Prophet recites Quranic verses, offering hope and comfort. Their suffering becomes a test of faith, not just a trial of survival. They find strength in unity and trust in God's plan. The ordeal forges their character. The valley becomes a crucible, shaping the future of Islam. Their resilience is unshakable. Two figures shine in this darkness: Khadijah and Abu Talib. Khadijah, once wealthy, spends everything to feed the besieged, sacrificing comfort and health. Her faith and support are unwavering, a source of strength for the Prophet. Abu Talib, though not a Muslim, stands by his nephew, organizing the clan's defense and enduring the boycott. He faces immense pressure but never abandons the Prophet. Both endure hunger and hardship, their loyalty unbreakable. Khadijah's emotional and spiritual support sustains the community. Abu Talib's protection shields the Prophet from harm. Their sacrifices are the backbone of the besieged Muslims. their legacy standing for truth no matter the cost. Their love and courage inspire generations. Not all hearts in Makkah are hardened. Some, moved by kinship and conscience, secretly help the besieged. Hisham ibn Amr, risking his safety, smuggles food into the valley. Hakim ibn Hizam, Khadijah's nephew, does the same, even when confronted by Quraysh leaders. These acts of compassion reveal cracks in the Quraysh's unity. Not everyone supports the cruelty of the boycott. Quiet dissent grows as people question the pact's honor. These small acts of kindness offer hope to the suffering. Compassion begins to undermine the foundations of the boycott. The seeds of change are sown. Amidst suffering, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the community's anchor. He shares their hunger, pain, and danger, never setting himself apart. His patience and optimism inspire hope. He recites Quranic verses, reminding them of God's mercy and the promise of victory. The Prophet teaches that hardship is temporary, faith eternal. His example transforms suffering into a meaningful test. He encourages unity, compassion, and mutual support. He checks on the sick, comforts the grieving, and plays with children. His unwavering faith is the bedrock of the community's survival. The Prophet's leadership turns despair into resilience. His presence keeps hope alive. 3 years of suffering erode the Quraysh's unity. The cries from the valley haunt those with family ties to Banu Hashim. Hisham ibn Amr, driven by conscience, rallies others. Zuhair, Mutim, Abul Bakhtari, Zama. They agree. The pact is a stain on Quraysh honor. Together, they plan to end the boycott. At the Kaaba, Zuhair publicly denounces the pact, circling it and calling for justice. One by one, the others join him, their voices growing louder. The public challenge shakes the hardliners. The tide is turning, the boycott's days are numbered. The alliance of cruelty begins to crumble. As the coalition denounces the pact, Abu Jahl objects, but finds himself isolated. The public mood has shifted. Justice and kinship now outweigh fear. Abu Talib emerges, announcing a miracle. The Prophet, peace be upon him, says the pact's parchment has been eaten by termites, except for God's name. Abu Talib challenges the Quraysh, check the document. If the Prophet is wrong, he'll be handed over. If right, the boycott ends. The Quraysh agree, confident he's bluffing. The parchment is retrieved, just as the Prophet described. The miracle is undeniable. Opposition falls silent. The Quraysh have no choice but to end the boycott. The siege is over. The valley's prisoners are free. After 3 years, the ordeal ends in relief and awe. The community returns to Makkah, forever changed. The power of faith and justice prevails. Relief is bittersweet. The siege's toll is heavy. Khadijah and Abu Talib soon pass away, leaving the Prophet, peace be upon him, in deep sorrow. Yet, the ordeal forges unbreakable faith and unity. The Muslims learn patience, trust in God, and the strength of community. Hardship purifies their hearts, binding them as one. The experience prepares them for greater challenges ahead. The boycott's end proves that injustice cannot last. Compassion and faith can topple even the harshest oppression. The story inspires Muslims to stand for justice and never lose hope. The lessons of the valley continue to light the way for generations.